project is a collaboration between Dr. Martens and Central St. Martins, and fundamentally is about unleashing creativity and celebrating creativity through the lens of some fantastic students that we've had the time to spend some time with.
I think the 1460 boot is a canvas for my creativity because it has a lot of detail that you can rework. I was looking a lot at the sole, and for this boot, I wanted to create something that it was enormous.
I created a way for the two indestructible staples of Doc Martens to work together so that it could be versatile and also durable. The Doc Martens iconic loop comes off and becomes an accessory, and then the 1460 extension works through a button at the back.
Is it per garment or as a capsule as a whole?
It's a collection, Model A, and then next year I want to make Model B, which is just an iterative of Model A, so it just keeps on getting better. I created this layout illustration of all the components for the project, including the clothing and the Doc Martens.
Rebelliousness means speaking up.
Anybody who's able to speak their mind freely and stand on what they say and have a reason for speaking their truth, that's rebelliousness within itself. My Dr. Martens project stems from the project that I'm doing where I talk about 6 women that influenced my life growing up in the Bahamas.
Fashion fundamentally is about how an individual can express their own style and personality.
Is the opportunity that it gives you to express yourself in different ways.
It really taps into your core identity. I think fashion and identity is kind of intrinsically linked together.
Can you tell me about the pattern that you're using on the leather?
So this is a print design that I developed for my recent pre-collection with MA. So that story is called The Hotel for Heaven. It's all very like the Chelsea Hotel, lots of leopard prints. And so this is one of the leopard prints from that.
From the piece itself, we've then gone through to the whole piece of telling the whole narrative and how you bring it to life and the journey that the consumer would go on, so I think it's brilliant.
I create a piece that can be styled with the boots. Classic shapes of the boots still remain, but I provided an opportunity for the wearer to style it. The future of fashion looks like some place that people can experiment with and play with.
So the 1460 boots informed my creativity behind this project through just being very different from my personal work. And it was really interesting for me to incorporate something that has such a strong contrast into my own designs. About my look, it's inspired by this character. I call her like a damsel out of distress.
It's really tough to have an existing boot that you can only customize, so it's cool that you thought of that top stitching before you applied those panels.
It has almost a kind of like remnant kind of effect.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Martens 1460, it is one of those iconic items that are in everybody's memories.
Doc Martens, it is a brand that is really close to my own experience. I used to wear the 1460 when I used to go to ballet classes.
I wanted to do something that pays homage to the iconic 1460 boot and something that even pays homage to my culture. I really love the graphic element of the boot, how the graphic shape, the stitching. I wanted to just exaggerate the current proportions of the boot in a much more graphic way.
So I hand embroidered around the eyelets with gold thread, and then I created a gilding wax essentially to burnish the shoe with gold, same as the suit itself. One of my favourite writers, Judith Butler, argues that as soon as you stop performing a certain sort of role of gender, it doesn't exist anymore. So I tried to use that within my work to sort of blend together feminine and masculine aspects in my work to create a space within my work where masculine presenting people can come and sort of put their performance of masculinity on pause and play with gendered clothing.
Moving the narrative on and continuing to pay homage to the past and moving things into the future through new thinking is important. It's important to Dr. Martens because it's really about how we continue to inspire the next generation.